So Latisha Crawford, Terrence Bud Crawford's sister, clowns YouTubers for making false narratives and basically just flat out lying. And what she basically said in her tweet was, in a nutshell, do you think this is the first time that Terrence Bud Crawford has been with Victor Connie? You know, he's been sponsored by Snack his last couple of fights. So why all of a sudden now is everybody jumping on the bandwagon of Terrence Bud Crawford is on steroids? On top of that, she said, just because you see somebody in the gym with somebody, it doesn't mean that they have changed trainers, you know? And she's right. You know what I'm saying? These fanatics and these content creators, man, they full of shit. You know what I'm saying? They just narrative pushers. They don't care if you believe it, as long as some people believe it and they can keep spinning the web. But they have no interest on being accurate in anything that they say. Majority of this shit on there be halfway made up in the first fucking place. You know what I'm saying? But I like Latisha Crawford because she go hard for her fucking brother. And Latisha Crawford be fucking people up on Twitter. Terrence Bud Crawford, this is your promoter right here. You know what I'm saying? Because she be clowning people on fucking Twitter. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to the fight is close to being made. And like I said in my last video, they just letting you know that they got their excuse bandwagon ready, gassed up, ready to go, and they ready to hit the road. You know? And you would think people would do a little bit more research and investigation when putting this shit out. But they know that they don't have to. Because they know it's some haters out there that's willing and wanting to believe that this is so. So therefore, they can keep spinning that web. This is how it is, man. You know, this is exactly how it is. But like I said, at this point, there is no point of this shit at all. Okay, how about this? Let me prove to you how much this shit doesn't count. Let's say it's true. Now what? Now what? What? Y'all don't want the fight to happen? Just like I said in my last video, it's either one of two things. You don't want the fight to happen, or this is your excuse when Errol Spence loses. There's no other reason for you to be bringing this up. And it's not accurate. It's not confirmed. You didn't do no research. You know, you have no empirical proof behind it. Nothing. So what is the point? There is no point. That's the whole point. There is no point at all. You're right here now. You're going to get an undisputed fucking fight at welterweight. A fight we've been waiting for 4 or 5 years. So what's up? What's the problem? What the business is? And like I said before, let's say this shit is true. Now what? Where do you want to go with it? Do you not want to see the fight? What? Tell us. Let us know, what do you want to be done about this? What do you think should happen? 9 times out of 10, well, you know, they probably shouldn't fight. And if you're not on that, this is definitely your excuse when Errol Spence loses. If Errol Spence loses. You know what I'm saying? I don't know everything. This is boxing. Anything can happen at the end of the day. But like I said, for a fan base who lobby for a fighter who brags about power and say nothing about power, it's mighty funny that y'all putting somebody's power under the microscope as soon as the fight get close to being made. You could have said this during the Sean Porter fight or his last couple of fights, just like Latisha Crawford said. So what the business is. See, when you put something out there, it has to be a point. You know? Towards what end? What do you want this outcome to be? By putting this out, this lie, what do you want the outlook to be? What stance do you want people to take on this? Drill Terrence Bud Crawford? Maybe not have the fight at all? Or is it just a complaint? What's the purpose of this? None of this shit has no fucking purpose. It doesn't. Okay? Now, and this is the funny thing, coming from a fan base of somebody like Errol Spence, who Errol Spence has been under scrutiny of taking steroids for quite some time now. You remember when the whole boxing world was on Errol Spence nipples? Did y'all forget about that? Did you? Just like back then. What did y'all want to become of this whole nipple situation in Errol Spence? What did you want to get out of it? It's the same thing with this snack thing. But if you're talking about steroids, Errol Spence has been long fighting a suspicion of steroids way longer than this new narrative that y'all done just came up with. Okay? From him not being enrolled in VADA testing and the puffiness of his nipples. This is what people have been saying about Errol Spence for quite some time now. Never heard this about Bud till you hear it out the mouth of an Errol Spence fanatic. Facts. Facts. Facts on facts. So do you want this fight or not? Because whether he's on steroids, hell, Errol Spence could be on steroids. I don't give a shit. I want to see this fucking fight. Period. You know? But, you know, that's an excuse red carpet that they're going to roll out with at the end of the day. Because like I said, they're not confident with that performance from Errol Spence and Ugas. It was a good performance, but not one that'll beat Terrence Bud Crawford. Them just facts. Sorry, them just facts. Spence too slow. Sorry. I'm sorry. The man too slow. But hey, I could be wrong, but that's why we want to see a fight. Y'all just want to come up with reasons not to see the fight. Across the street. Resume. Errol Spence's A-side. This, that. We don't respect Terrence Crawford's belt. Terrence Crawford needs to go do this. He needs to go do that. See, before it was this is how you know it's bullshit. Because before it was this cheating shit, what did they try to do? Put Boots Ennis off on Terrence Bud Crawford. All because Boots Ennis was calling out Errol Spence. Terrence Bud Crawford, he need to go fight Boots. Once again, let me lay something out to show you how much what they say don't make sense. You have just got done talking about Terrence Bud Crawford's resume and saying how it's not up to par and how it's no good. Yet, you want him to go fight somebody who doesn't have one name on this resume that's going to make a dent or improve Terrence Bud Crawford's resume. Boots Ennis has not got no names. Boots Ennis is he's a good look from the eye test, but he has not been in there with no elite fighters. So you want Terrence Bud Crawford to go fight somebody who hasn't been tested yet in the elite arena. But you want Terrence Bud Crawford to fight this dude and beat him only for you to say the same thing that you saying to Terrence Bud Crawford prior to this fight being made. And that is, he hasn't fought anybody. His resume is weak. So Terrence Bud Crawford, go fight somebody who has another weak resume, and then we're going to give you some credit. Get the fuck out of here. Stop the bullshit. Shit is pathetic. I'm out.